So Cory Booker had a town hall a few days ago. I want to take a look at some of the clips with you. First, let's go to, this is actually the first question he got, and I want to see the difficulty of the question he's given compared to the other candidates who have had town halls. You're going to notice a little difference here. Check it out.
Tawanya Herbert, a healthcare professional from Columbia. She's a supporter of yours. Tawanya, there she is.
Good evening.
Good evening, Tawanya.
So, even though you have proposed legislation and policies that positively impact our country, moving forward, many people just want to defeat Trump in 2020 and are critical of your approach for campaigning on love and unity. What do you say to those people?
I am so grateful for this question because I do hear it from time to time, even from some of my friends. But let's just first say that we all agree about the urgency of this moment to beat Donald Trump. Now, you just can applaud that, definitely. And I'm uniquely qualified. I've gone up against titans, bullies through my New Jersey politics. In fact, I don't think anybody in this race has been through the kind of tough politics I've been through. There's even a documentary about it called Street Fight. But we win this election not by showing the worst of who we are, but by the best of who we are. You see, Donald Trump wants us to fight him on his terms. To me, that is not only a recipe for losing the election, it's a recipe for losing the ability to move this country forward. We have to understand that what Americans want is not to know what we're against, they want to know what we're for. And in this moral moment in this country where we've seen moral vandalism from the highest office in the land, somebody who's Twitter trash talking and trolling, this is a time that we as Democrats have an opportunity not to go around saying, hey, we're going to beat Republicans, but to stand up with the ideal of uniting Americans. I believe very firmly that you can't lead the people if you don't love the people, all of the people. And we need that energy. We need that leadership. The only way to beat hate is not bringing more hate. It's by bringing love and hope and uniting people to solve the persistent injustices in our country. I'm going to do that, and that's actually how we are going to win. Thanks.
Regine Rucker is saying,
You are going to get so thoroughly destroyed that it'll be embarrassing. And I'm not trying to say that as like a gotcha to Cory Booker. I'm trying to say that as like, this is my analysis of how it's going to unfold. And you can, test me when it's over. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. We'll see. We'll see how far you go with that mentality. My takeaway from this is Republicans are playing rugby. Democrats are playing pogs. I mean, you go look at any Republican rally, any Trump rally, he is breaking spinal cords over his knee. That's what he's doing. He's going after everybody. He's calling them fake news. He's calling them obstructionist. He's going on his policies. He talks about them all the time. Now, we hate his policies, rightfully so, but nonstop talking about the wall and talking about we got to get rid of Obamacare and all this stuff. So, and what does Cory Booker do? He comes out and he's like, well, we need to run on uniting Americans and campaigning on love and unity. Any candidate who doesn't understand that in 2020 you have to run on an anti-corruption message, a pro-populist message, and an elite versus everybody else narrative is going to get absolutely obliterated, and that's what's going to happen. Now, also, look at the question. Compare this to the questions that Tulsi got. Compare this to the question that Bernie Sanders got. I mean, they were asked, like, Tulsi was like, why do you love dictators? Bernie was asked questions. Tulsi and Bernie, there were Democratic operatives in the audience who they didn't even disclose were Democratic operatives. And they asked them these smear questions. They don't get it. Cory Booker fundamentally doesn't get it, that this is a different political era than the 1990s, and people aren't playing around anymore. Nobody has time for your kumbaya nonsense. And what we need desperately is a transformational, revolutionary left presidency that is willing to take the Democratic Party back to their FDR roots, where they kind of openly and clearly argue for social democracy, and they openly shun all the special interests pulling them in the wrong direction, like Wall Street, like the military-industrial complex. And if you're willing to split the difference and you're willing to do another Bill Clinton-style candidacy, again, you're going to be left in the dust. So I honestly don't even think it matters how many puff pieces CNN gives you, how many easy questions they give you, as Cory Booker had in this town hall. It's not going to matter because it ain't going to work, and you are going to get eaten alive by Donald Trump. He said, oh, Trump wants us to fight him on his terms. That's true. And what you can't do is go into the gutter with him. But what you can do is be just as aggressive, be just as much on the offense, but stick to policy and hammer him over the head with policy. And then you win. But what Cory's trying to do is just run as simply the anti-Trump, which again is not going to work because Trump's over there, taking out your kneecap with a hammer, and you're begging him, sir, please, sir, can we be reasonable about this? Let's all unite and love each other. That ain't going to work, dude. That's not going to work. You can't simply run as, I'm the anti-Trump. It has to be, no, I'm going to be equally as on the offense, equally as aggressive. I'm going to call you ridiculous because you are that, but I'm also going to stick to policy and show everybody I'm serious and you're a clown who knows nothing about policy. So, I guarantee you Cory Booker is going to fade away. And don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say we didn't course correct in terms of the kind of strategy you should use. But he won't listen. None of these corporatists will listen. Because they're too married to the sound of their own voice, and they have a bunch of idiot overpaid strategists who don't know anything, but they think they do.